Hello everybody and welcome to this furniture design tutorial in which I'm going to show you how we can build this IKEA table system in Shapr3D. This exercise will start by first actually looking at the scan which we have, then we will slowly build all the necessary sketches. As you can see, there aren't really many, and from all this we're going to build the whole design. Also making good use of the history, for example, to design the table and then design the drawer. And then I will show you also how we can bring in actually glides from manufacturers, not manufacturers, from stores like Macmacaster, so we can then actually also position those hardware elements. And then, of course, as always, we go into the Visu and create a nice, fun product presentation. I think for IKEA, we need to pump up this color a little bit more. Yeah, maybe like this. This might be more appropriate. Okay, with all that said, let's do it. So here we have the starter file. As you can see, the scan is somewhat perfectly centered, left, right, front, back. That makes actually working with symmetry a lot easier. So let's go to the front view. There we are. Let's go to a sketch and I will start blocking out all the elements I think we see there. Okay, so that's good. Let's double select everything and not double click to select it. Vertical, horizontal. So that's a tabletop. We have here actually, yeah, kind of like so should we say 8 inches a line going down, 1 inch up and back, and then from here another line over, down to the left and back up. Also here, make sure everything is horizontal, vertical. This is 1 inch, that is good. This is 1 inch, that's good. I don't add actually the dimensions constraints to it because I think this should be pretty solid. Okay. So the right side is good. Now, let's actually take a look at the left side. So here we have an edge that goes straight down. Then there we have an edge that goes straight back up. There we are. Okay, very good. In the inside, we have 1 inch of a board. We have a 1 inch board at the bottom. Is this 1 inch? It is. Very good. And now let's select everything. Horizontal, vertical. Thank you. And now, how do we do this board? That's right at the center. And that's actually a really easy way to solve and a nice exercise with the sketch engine. So I draw one line and another line, and these lines will be horizontal, vertical. These lines should be exactly 1 inch apart. That's important. And then from this upper midpoint, I draw a straight line up, and from this lower midpoint, I draw a line straight down. You notice I did not draw this onto the midpoint. I don't want that to connect by accident, horizontal, vertical. Then these two lines will be made construction, and the top and the bottom point I want to lock so they can't move. Here's a funny thing. To make actually these two lines perfectly centered, they are 1 inch apart. All we need to do, if you understand and appreciate geometry so much as I do, we just have to make these two lines equal. Cling, there we are. That's it. See? Super easy. Okay, so with all that stuff done already, we can go ahead and say you and you and you. I use actually um, multiple sketch profiles or faces so I can extrude them in a tandem. And then we bring this over to how much? 10 and a half. And then here say symmetric or symmetry. Good. So with that done, we see actually what's left. So that one and that one. We can extrude to this face and we can select now this one, extrude to this face. And then all we need to do is make sure these are all set to symmetric. There. Beautiful. Cool. Now, I would like to have also here a vertical spacer so that actually this center board doesn't come crashing down if the kid puts too heavy books onto it. So 1 inch divided by 2 is 1.5. I think we should be able to do that math in our head. And then we use the symmetry tool. And there we are. Look at this. Pretty easy, no? Nice. Okay. Let's say we want to put a back to here. What options do we have? We could select these two, make a copy, move them over. Yeah, 10 inches. Let's say we don't know this really snaps to 10 inches. So we make a copy, move it, and then we go to align and say, hey, this edge to this edge. Thank you. There we are. No, easy peasy. Wow. We make really good progress. We should now work on this back panel and then also here the cable holder and then the drawer. Okay, so let's go to here. We go back to our first original sketch. We don't really need many sketches in this design. And well, let's just say we just draw a line right from here, flop over there. Thank you. So this sketch, unfortunately, is at the center of my model. Is that a problem? No, because we can extrude this out to this distance and then say, well, we might have to hide actually that sketch and say that one should be just 1 inch. There we are. Thank you. Okay, now turn on the sketch again because we need to take a look actually at our drawer. That's also there. Oh, look at that. That drawer conveniently is right at the midpoint. How convenient. Okay. So this one, extrude forward to there. Hide the sketch. No, I don't want to go into sketch mode. Just hide it. And then how far do we push this one back? I don't know. Let's say 13 inches. Okay, beautiful. Cool. We do know here's actually an opening, and then there is a latch. How do we do the latch? So we can select this one, and then we go to extrude, and we extrude this out a little bit. Actually, what's the distance? Let's measure the distance first. So you to you, that is 7 inches. Okay, so this one we extrude out 7 inches, but as a new body. So that object we select and go isolate, because first that rip we can move down, let's say to 3 inches, and then top face, back face, left face, right face, shell, and 1 inch. Look at that. See? Super easy. Cool. Okay. That actually works really good. Let's say we would like this model to be a little bit more interactive. So instead of saying distance, we could say to object, and then we have to say select the object, and then that would be that face. Thank you. Cool. Okay. Why is this interesting? Because if we select this one and say instead of extrusion, wait, hold on. Which command is doing what? So you do this, you do that, there, that one. Face offset. Oh, this went to the front. Oh, yeah. That's the front. Oh, there. That's the one. Okay, that's the command I was looking for. You see, when we move this one, we changed the drawer, we're actually changing that ledge. No? So it's kind of like an interesting way how to link these pieces together. So 13, where's the one? Or 14. Let's go with 14, make it a little bit bigger. Cool. And this is actually being updated automatically. You see, we have this cavity here. So we would like to have power cables coming down. Okay, so let's select the top face. Then we go to a sketch and create a circle somewhere, let's say 2 inches. And then that circle we just punch down. Hello there. Very good. It's right at the center. There we can see where that thing is. Maybe we want to select this circle and move this further to the back. Not to here. That's not functional. There, that looks actually okay. Perfect. Okay, very good. So that actually also means if this should be for electrical cables, we have a slight problem. We want we need cable holes. So check this out. This cannot also be an L piece. We select all body, split body, cut it along there, because then we have 2 boards. We can select each board, left and right, the face, and just push this in by, let's say, 2 inches. This line we can delete. And now there is actually the opening. Easy peasy. Now the cable can go down here or can go down there. We're in the process of now styling our design a little bit. 2 inches for the radius, there 0.5 for the shell. Yeah, that looks actually really nice. Um, Here I would like to have kind of like a sleeve that we can put in there. How could we do this? Let's add an axis into the cylinder. Along this axis, when we go add construction along edge, there, there, there. No, you don't like that. You, yes, thank you. Okay, there we can add a sketch, construction plane, and then very quickly with the line up, up to the right, maybe 0.2, 0.05 up. There, there, there. We just use the beautiful cubes, everything horizontal, vertical, and then that sketch profile along this axis, we do a revolve. Whoa, what happened? Ah, wrong button I pressed. Okay, there we see it now. There we have an opening. I hope you also start noticing how very this is such a hard word for me to say. Methodisch, that's a German version. Method, the adjective. I work. Step by step, we work towards all the problems. The last problem now we have is this drawer, and we actually, here comes the kicker, we want to add drawer slides in between. So do we model drawer slides like wheels and all the stuff? No, because for that we go to MacMacaster. MacMacaster. Because here we can type in literally everything what we need. Slides or drawer. Oh, look at that, drawer slides. Thank you. We have all the different options we can select. This is where we source a lot of the pre-made manufactured hardware, so we don't have to design this. We can go to drawer slide. We can go to 12 inches. We have different prices. Ooh, this is like, ooh, look at this one. Let's go with this one. This is not too expensive. The client is not going to yell at us. So when we go to here, we can say download in SolidWorks or a step file, technical drawing, a PDF. I'm going to download a step file and download it. And then actually I imported the step file into Shapr3D, removed all the stuff I don't need, besides just the metal part that's mounted against the table and the metal part that's mounted against the drawer. Okay, And then I exported that as a Shapr file. So let's go back to Shapr. And what I'm going to do now is I will go to File, Import, Import to Current Project. And then here, there is actually that Shapr file. Open, and there we are. So we can then specify where's the end. This is actually the end. So this piece is being connected against the drawer and goes out this way. Very good. So with this thing, we have it, and then we can do the following. We can say, so that whole thing I would like to align. So that face to that face. You see now how this positions it. And we can rotate it 90 degrees. Very good. And then, yeah, I don't know yet really where it will be. Maybe somewhere there. Who knows? Oh, that's actually good to show. You see here, if I go back, it snaps to that edge. And that's actually going to be kind of like important to know. So there, bring this up a little bit. Thank you. And then we bring this in, let's say 1 inch. Okay. We also see, our slide is actually longer than our drawer. So let's fix that. No, not you, not you, no, you. Oh, I think you're the one. Oh, look how beautiful it is to model in Shapr3D. Nothing selected, side view, section cut. Okay, that's good. So what can we do now? We have to modify this and this to make sure we can actually get the slide onto there. So what I will do now is simply in the end, this is kind of like the volume the drawer goes into. This is actually a terrible value. It doesn't matter. So 1 inch for the front. And that feels a little bit big. Let's say 0.5. That's better. Then this one we select and we extrude this one out as a new body. Let's say, yeah, 14 something. And then these sides, those here, no? They have to go in. I will actually go here and then this one. And then I can move this one in. Yeah, let's say plus minus there. Now we can specify the distance. This will be screwed onto the table. This piece will be screwed onto this one. Then unisolate and isolate, because honestly, this is terrible. Let's actually create a shell, 0.25. There we are. Unisolate. And here, let's add actually an opening. We use the same idea, kind of like with the circle on top. So here's a vertical line, midpoint to center point. There's a circle. Be careful with the midpoint. There is the circle. There we are. Let's say 1 inch. That's good for a finger. What's actually this distance here? 0.4, 0.5. Okay. Okay, yeah, good here. Oh, this lines up actually. So I moved this onto the midpoint, but only because it lined up. And cut this in. And there's our opening. And then if we want to make this a tick nicer, we can round this a little bit. Okay. Looks actually pretty good. Besides, one last thing, this drawer is going to really screech because it is way too tightly built. So here we need to add a little bit of an offset. 0.05 might be enough. And then here and there we bring this in 0.05. Very good. If we then show everything, there we see we added this gap. Perfect. Okay, very good. So I will select this and put this into a folder because that is actually the drawer. All this is going to be the table. There we are. This goes into this folder with the sketches. And the table I can hide. And then I can select the drawer element and say, hey, mirror. Yeah, how do I mirror this over? Well, I can select the outside and outside face and say, make me mid-plane. There. And then mirror this over. Flop. There we are. Perfect. So now we have this left and right. Hide this one. So why am I hiding this? You see here, there are actually the holes, just as a tip or how this could later work. Now you make another sketch. There is actually the hole, and then we could draw something, and then actually here I do this one time. Let's say that's a pretty big hole. Or we could actually with this then create a hole inside the piece and then later identify that this hole has to be drilled or pre-drilled because the screw actually goes in there. That's actually the way how this whole process works. Yeah. Now, if I go back to this sketch, you see here, this is actually a vertical slot. So here I would just draw a line that's at the center. And then here I can draw the circle for the pilot hole and then model that pilot hole. Yeah. Okay. In our design here, I will select these two steps and remove them because this was more like a demonstration. So you understand how this further later can be used. And we are actually done. The last step maybe to do. Now, this is for children. These are all very sharp edges. We can select everything, go select edges, and then 0.01. I don't know. Yeah, that looks good. Add a little bit of a fillet, and then we can go to visualization. This is all laminated material, so we can go to wood, scroll down, there is a laminated, so that actually is going to override this, and this will be powder coated metal, not glossy car paint, powder coated. There we are. This here, that's actually, for example, that could be glossy plastic. Yeah. Yeah, there we are. We have actually modeled this table out of a minimal amount of sketches and then created a beautiful parametric model with the drawer and also the cable system in the back. Very good.